Hi everyone. So I have a new installment of my Throwback Thursday series, which I haven't done in a little while. And I'll link I don't know, the playlist, I guess, or maybe just, there's only 2 other videos I think in this series. So I will link those below. And this one is actually going to be 2. So it's going to be the LORAC Pro palette and the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. So just briefly, I'm sure it's kind of obvious what this series is all about, but it's just taking older products, not super old products, but older products that were very hyped up in the online beauty community and kind of revisiting them. And do they still live up to the hype? Did they ever live up to the hype? So for the LORAC Pro palette, I often said that after this came out, that this was my favorite palette. And there are a lot of things to really like about it, for me personally. The white and the cream mixed together, those are such a good brow bone highlight for me. I'm very fair. I'm like NC5 to NC10-ish. And so it can be difficult to find a really light matte highlight color in pre-built palettes. So I love that. It has a lot of kind of easy crease and transition shades for someone of my skin tone. Other people, I'm sure, appreciate that there's these really dark browns and blacks in there. I don't use those shades very often. I did take the black today, since this is a wet dry palette, and I use that for tight lining, like I would with a cake liner from Laura Mercier, which I really like doing. I always love this garnet shade on my lower lash line, so that's what I did today. I did kind of the lower lash line and sort of winged it out a little bit. The gold is so pretty, and I've always really loved this gold. I'm a sucker for these types of gold shades. In the Naked palette, the original, I always really loved Half Baked. It's a similar kind of shade, so I love that. You know, the concept of having so many matte shades, you know, when this came out, this was more closer to the time that the original Naked palette came out, which only had those 2 matte shades. So this having an entire row of matte shades was pretty awesome. And then the whole row of shimmers. The only shade that I never really liked in this palette is the Champagne, which has the micro glitter in it, and I feel like that's not something that's mentioned. I know that, like in the the LORAC 3 maybe it is, has a really chunky glittery shade that's much worse than this. This is a fairly easy use shade. It just has it has some of the micro glitter in it. Anyway, I feel like that's not something people even remember, is that there is another shade in this palette that has glitter, which I find very strange since it's only one. I'm glad it's only one, because otherwise that would be kind of annoying. The light bronze shade I feel like is very pretty. The pewter shade is very pretty. The only shades that I don't really use much are the deep purple and the slate, and like I said, the darker matte colors. I mean, the sable looks like I never use it. I know that I have used it. I've used all the colors in the past, but apparently not that one. You can see I have pretty big dips in the cream and the white there. So I feel like it's a really good basic palette. So I had been thinking about doing this video for a little while, and when I was like, oh, I should practice the look that I'm going to do with the video. I didn't do it. I took it out, and I was so not inspired by these colors, which is kind of sad. So I would say for me, where I am right now, the colors that I'm really liking right now, this one doesn't really speak to me anymore, but it has so many good basics that I know that I can always go back to it and get a pretty look out of it. And whenever I was thinking about, like, I'm going to be around other people, I just want to look pretty, this is one that I go to. So it is a lovely palette. I'll show you the look that I created today. I ended up using quite a few of the colors on my face just so that we could, you know, see how they worked on me. One of the kind of downsides to this palette is, while the colors are very pigmented, easy to blend, whatever, they do kick up a lot of powder when you put your brush into them, and I know that puts off a lot of people. When I did this look, I didn't have any fallout. So if you tap off your brush, you know, you'll get a lot of kind of powdery stuff kind of accumulating in the pans there, but you tap off your brush and then that's it. You know, some of them that are like this, you tap off your brush, and then you put it on your eye and it still falls. But this one I find as long as you tap off the brush first, once you go to put it on your eye, it just sticks. So, you know, I feel like it's totally workable. Some of them I find are just too messy and too much of a pain. All right, and for the blush, Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Oh, this one has been so raved about. And some days I feel like, oh yes, it does peach. And other days I think, oh no, it just looks orange. So on my skin tone, this is not an automatic winner. It often just looks orange. So I'll put it on my hand here. I feel like on my face, sometimes it does look peach, but sometimes it just looks orange. And I've been going through my collection recently. I've thrown away a lot of stuff that's just old and I don't use and nobody would want. And I'm not sure if this one's gonna make the cut. I like that it's really shimmery. Because I'm very fair, I can't use a lot of blush. And so I need something to be light and quite shimmery in order for that shimmer of the blush to translate on my face. I feel like this is right on the edge where I can build it up a bit more. I do have on highlight. Hopefully it recorded me putting the blush on. I'm not really sure that it did because I'm trying to record 2 videos right now, and so I'm doing a lot of switching back and forth, and I'm not sure that I actually got the application on my face. So we'll see. I'll insert it if I did, but I only put the highlight just on the top. So any shine that's like further down on my cheek is coming from the blush. I feel like a little bit comes from that blush. I really buffed it in. I put on a little too much, so I had to do a lot of blending. But yeah, if I like the formula and the shimmer level. If there was something that was as light as Luminoso but not so orange toned, I think I would love it. But this is, it's just, for me, it's just too orangey in order to really be a favorite everyday blush. So for me, it doesn't live up to the hype. If I had a deeper skin tone, I think I would like it. It does have a lot of shimmer, and in the pan, it almost looks like it's going to be a little bit glittery under my lights right now, but I don't think that's a very good representation. You know, these lights are going to show every single little speck of minuscule shimmer that anything has, and on the cheek it's not chunky at all. There you don't see any like chunky glitter particles, so I do appreciate the refinement of the shimmer. So I think that's it. I love the LORAC Pro palette, but I'm not in love with it right now. I feel like it will come back to me at some point. It's one that I will keep because it's so reliable. I always know I can get a really nice look out of it, even if right now those colors aren't speaking to me. So that's my Throwback Thursday. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the other videos in the playlist if you're curious of other looks I've done. I did the original Naked palette and the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. If you have any suggestions, requests for other palettes that I should revisit in this series, please let me know. If I have it, I will do it. Or any other products. I did just trade away my Dior Skin Shimmer blah 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 in Amber Diamond. Otherwise I might try to stick that into a video. But I'll just give you a quick rundown. For me, it's too dark for me. It's a very pretty highlight, but it's too dark for me, so that's why I didn't hold on to it and sent it to a home that somebody could appreciate it more than me. Alright, so I think that's everything. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, whatever. I always love hearing from you guys, like I said. I think I'm over 200 videos now, so that's pretty exciting. If you're not subscribed and you'd like to see more stuff from me, then please do subscribe. I would love to have you as part of my subscriber base. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Did I not record that? Damn it. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, as I said,